Welcome to my channel, Body Talk. Gut microbiome, microscopic universe inside your larger body, is your gut microbiota. There, the trillions of microorganisms have a variety of effects on their surroundings and on one another. They also seem to affect a lot of other parts of your health, both inside and outside of your digestive system. Overview: what is the gut microbiome? A biome is a unique ecosystem that is defined by its population and surroundings. Trillions of microscopic creatures inhabit your gut, which is actually a little biome located inside your intestines. These microbes include viruses, fungi, parasites, and more than 1,000 different types of bacteria. You have a distinct gut microbiome. Babies' earliest gut microorganisms are passed down through nursing or vaginal delivery. Later, additional microorganisms are added to your biome through your diet and other environmental exposures. Your gut microbiome may also be harmed and diminished by some of these exposures. Why is the gut microbiome important? Since we are their hosts, the majority of the microbes in our stomachs live in symbiotic relationships with us. That implies that the connection is advantageous to both of us. They give our bodies essential services, and we give them food and shelter. These beneficial microorganisms also aid in controlling potentially dangerous ones. Consider your gut microbiota as a flourishing natural garden that provides you with wholesome foods and medications. You flourish when your garden is flourishing and healthy. However, your entire ecology may be disrupted if the soil is contaminated or depleted, or if weeds or pests are outcompeting the beneficial plants. Function: what does your gut microbiome do? Your gut microbiota supports several bodily processes and interacts with numerous bodily systems. Some medical professionals have compared it to an organ because of how actively it functions in your body. While some of these interactions are well known, others are yet unknown to us. The digestive system, certain complex carbohydrates, and dietary fibers that are difficult for you to digest on your own are broken down by the bacteria in your stomach. As byproducts, they create short-chain fatty acids, which are a vital nutrition. Additionally, they supply the enzymes required for the synthesis of B1, B9, B12, and K vitamins. Micronutrient deficits can have a significant effect on your health, even though these minerals may seem insignificant. See also folate, vitamin K, and vitamin B12 deficiencies. Your gut lining cells are fed by short-chain fatty acids, which also contribute to the general health of your gut environment. Bile is also broken down in your intestines by gut bacteria. To aid with fat digestion, your liver pumps bile to the small intestine. After then, it is broken down by bacteria and their enzymes, allowing your liver to recycle and reabsorb the bile acids. We refer to this as enterohepatic circulation. Your body wouldn't be able to recycle bile acids if this mechanism stopped functioning. Your liver wouldn't have enough to make fresh bile. The bile your digestive system requires to break down and absorb fats would not be available. Additionally, your blood would accumulate residual cholesterol, which is a component of bile. Your immune system is trained to distinguish between the harmful, pathogenic microorganisms and the beneficial ones in your gut. Up to 80% of your body's immune cells are found in your gut, making it the largest organ in your immune system. These cells aid in the removal of the numerous infections that flow through it on a daily basis. Additionally, beneficial gut microorganisms directly fight with harmful ones for nutrition and space, keeping the latter from occupying too much space. A weakened gut microbiome is directly linked to a number of chronic bacterial infections that can impact your gastrointestinal tract, such as H. pylori and C. difficile. The production of short-chain fatty acids by beneficial gut bacteria has significant immune-boosting effects. By maintaining your intestinal barrier, they prevent germs and their poisons from entering your circulation. Additionally, they have gut-related anti-inflammatory qualities. Your immune system produces inflammation, but it can also malfunction and become overly reactive. Autoimmune diseases are characterized by chronic inflammation, which may also contribute to a number of other illnesses, such as cancer. These kinds of inflammatory responses seem to be inhibited by short-chain fatty acids. The nervous system through the gut-brain axis, which is the network of nerves, neurons, and neurotransmitters that passes through the GI tract. Gut microorganisms can have an impact on your nervous system. In fact, certain bacteria create or promote the synthesis of neurotransmitters, such as serotonin, which are chemicals that communicate with your brain. Your nervous system may potentially be impacted by bacterial products. While bacterial toxins may harm nerves, short-chain fatty acids seem to have beneficial benefits. Researchers are still looking into the potential role of your gut microbiota in a number of neurological, behavioral nerve pain, and mood diseases. The endocrine system, your gut lining's endocrine cells, are likewise impacted by gut microorganisms and their byproducts. Your gut is the largest endocrine system organ in your body because of these cells, known as enteroendocrine cells. They release hormones that control blood sugar, hunger, and fullness, among other aspects of your metabolism. The potential role of your gut microbiota in metabolic syndrome, obesity, insulin resistance, and type 2 diabetes and excess hepatic fat accumulation is still being investigated. Although the precise nature of the association between these illnesses and gut flora is still unknown, it does exist. Different kinds of gut bacteria reside in different parts of your body, such as your colon. The majority of these bacteria are anaerobic, meaning they need a low oxygen atmosphere to thrive. They cannot colonize your upper gastrointestinal system because of its increased oxygen content, its quicker motility, and potent digestive juices. Only anaerobic gut bacteria are capable of carrying out crucial tasks in your colon. In your digestive tract, they aid in the breakdown of indigestible fibers and the production of vital nutrients you would not otherwise be able to obtain. Similarly, you can only benefit from these creatures in their native microbiome. These germs can be dangerous if they leave your gut. Your small intestine's digestive functions may be hampered by colon bacteria that manage to infiltrate and settle there. What is dysbiosis? An imbalanced or unhealthy gut microbiota is referred to by medical professionals as dysbiosis. Dysbiosis is defined as 1. A reduction in or absence of good bacteria. 2. An abundance of possibly harmful bad germs. 3. A decline in the general variety of bacteria. One of these three variables may initiate dysbiosis, but the others usually follow shortly after. Your gut becomes more susceptible to invasive or disease-causing bacteria when the good ones are gone. These kinds have the potential to overwhelm the other microbes residing there, reducing the microbiome's total diversity. What aspects of your surroundings influence your gut microbiota? Your gut microbiota is influenced by the nutrients, contaminants, pests, and weeds it encounters, much like a garden. It is also impacted by the variety of plants and their various life cycles or seasons. This includes the foods you eat, the chemicals you are exposed to, the organisms that cause disease, and the frequency of your bowel movements. Nutrition to flourish. The diverse microbes in your gut microbiome need a range of plant fibers. Whole foods are preferred by various creatures. Conversely, the less beneficial kinds of microbes are more likely to be present in a diet heavy in sugar and fatty fats. In addition to lacking fiber and micronutrients, vitamins and minerals, processed meals frequently contain a number of additives and preservatives that may be detrimental to your microbiota. Chemicals, toxins from the environment, such as alcohol, tobacco smoke, and pollution, can damage your microbiome. Furthermore, both beneficial and harmful microorganisms can be eliminated by pesticides like antibiotics. By altering the internal pH, other drugs, such as acid blockers, can have an impact on your microbiota. Short-term chemical exposure, such as a brief prescription for a drug you need to recover, can typically result in a recovery of your gut flora. However, long-term exposure may change its makeup. Certain microorganisms may not be able to flourish. If you regularly use drugs like alcohol or take certain medications, variety. Various bacteria help one another in a healthy gut microbiome. Think about how various plants in a garden fertilize the soil for one another or cross-pollinate. For instance, certain varieties alter the acidity of the soil or break down chemicals to feed other forms. The ability to move the regular movement of your bowels is known as motility. This is how your microbe crop grows. Many leave your body with your feces after passing through your colon. where they aid in the breakdown of undigested substances into nutrients you may absorb. Your microbiome is impacted by how long this takes. As food and waste pass through your gastrointestinal tract, many bacteria are dispersed throughout the system. They won't have time to settle in or do their work before emptying out if it moves too quickly. However, if it moves too slowly, they may overeat, overgrow, and disperse outside of their region. What health conditions and disorders relate to my gut microbiome? Infections are among the conditions that are directly linked to gut dysbiosis. Your stomach may become infected with invasive pathogens, disease-causing organisms either temporarily or permanently. They may result in toxic damage to your gut lining, diarrhea, and inflammation colitis. Certain kinds even breach your intestinal barrier directly, posing a risk of entering your bloodstream and spreading throughout your body. Your gut's defenses against these infections are weakened by dysbiosis. SIBO. Dysbiosis is the excess of microorganisms in your small intestine. It indicates that some bacterial species are enlarged, consuming excessive amounts of resources and generating an excessive number of byproducts. Sometimes bacteria from your large intestine have moved to your small intestine and settled there, even if they don't belong there. Slow intestinal motility may be the cause of this. Can I take a test to check the health of my gut microbiome? Customers can purchase gut microbiota testing kits from numerous commercial labs. A lab will send you a report with some information about the makeup of your gut microbiome if you send them a sample of your feces. However, these tests are typically not used or recommended by clinical healthcare experts. The issue is that a report like this isn't helpful since we still don't know enough about the many types of gut microbiota or how they impact human health. Although a lot of fascinating research is underway, there is still more work to be done before a gut microbiome test can provide you with useful, individualized medical advice. How do healthcare providers treat gut microbiome conditions? Among the medical interventions for your gut microbiota are the elimination diet. A short-term diet plan called an elimination diet aims to identify the foods that are causing your gastrointestinal problems. Your gut microorganisms frequently enjoy eating these kinds of foods. Intestinal gas, diarrhea, and other symptoms are caused by the overproduction of byproducts by microorganisms when they consume too many of these nutrients. One approach to minimize them is to starve them. Antibiotics. Antibiotics are the usual course of treatment for infections or overgrowths of specific gut bacteria. A healthy gut microbiome can then recover after that. However, some people's digestive systems will require some assistance in healing. Supplements such as probiotics and prebiotics may be recommended by medical professionals to help. Rebuild your microbiome. A fecal transplant. Fecal transplantation, which involves moving a sample of gut microbiota from a healthy gut to a diseased one, is one method of treating a significantly reduced gut microbiome. It has only been authorized to treat antibiotic-resistant C. diff infections that recur often. However, scientists are investigating its potential as a remedy for various ailments. For more health-related thoughts, please like and subscribe to my Body Talk channel if you appreciate this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.